Yes,
Good
Pratik.
evening, sir.
Good evening, Pratik. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How is your health now?
Yeah, now good. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, sir, we had one-to-one session in Hyderabad.
Yes.
So, there are a few questions on which I require how to answer. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, should I ask the questions
Yes.
now?
Yes.
So, one question was, sir, dealing with drug abuse. So, what can be the anthropological perspective or a balanced answer on this?
Drug abuse.
Yes, sir.
Uh, for example, in anthropological context, usage of drugs or usage of the mahua is a part of culture. But however,
Okay.
in tribal context also, they used to use in a limited way, in a rationed format, which is same like Western countries. But if any usage which is out of the control is dangerous, the same thing which is happening with respect to drugs in urban areas of India.
Yes.
So hence, from this we can understand two contexts. One, whether we have to use the drugs or whether we have to control the drugs.
Yes.
Okay. So in this way, anthropological context. So we can use the drugs in anthropological context in a limited way. Or in modern society point of view, usage of drug is completely abandoned.
Yes.
But in Indian context, we have to tell that the people are uneducated, the literacy rate is very less, still the awareness is not there. So hence, the controlling of drugs itself is a rational answer. What do you believe?
Yes, controlling drugs is definitely necessary, but administratively, what steps can we take?
So administratively, we can take that controlling mainly the cultivation. Cultivation happens in mainly in tribal areas, schedule areas, or in forest areas. So mainly with respect to cultivation, we have to stop it. Mainly with respect to cultivation.
Okay, sir. And how to reduce demand in the youth?
By create other than awareness is obviously we have to use a role models like Amitabh Bachchan, big role models. We have to use mainly Fardin Khan, who was a victim once upon a time.
Yes,
The
right
role
hand of
models
the
the
thought.
role models should be the victims.
Yes, sir. Yes.
In that format, we have to go awareness, and not only that, there is a need for rehabilitation centers also.
Rehab centers. Yes. So, one other question was socio-religious reform movements are only from Pune and not from Mumbai.
Yes.
So my answer was first was about the rule of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and second was Western education first began in Pune as a hub of education. Pune was a cultural capital. Mumbai was an industrial capital or a port city. These two reasons, I think, sir, are the correct reasons.
No, those same points you answered me also. Those are the correct answers still. Apart from it, empowerment of people is more vibrant when compared to Mumbai. Mumbai was, as we know, it's a business capital. Trade was been more focused rather than equality or empowerment. Hence, Pune was a center for equality and empowerment because of education.
Okay, sir. So one more question: why Indian Foreign Service as fifth preference? So this actually the real reason I told you, but how should I answer it?
See, most of them are keeping now Indian Foreign Service as fifth only.
Yes.
One of the best answer which I noticed is, which you can also plan about. I
Yes.
come from socially, economically poor background. Then my again your context, your father is there in SBI. Then
Yes.
in my schooling and all, my father got a job into the SBA. But in spite of that, we were been in poor conditions. I was seeing the society very near. Then I understood that somewhere I can contribute to the Indian society. You have to use the word. Somewhere I can contribute to the Indian society. Coming to this context,
Okay.
whenever there is Indian Foreign Service, obviously I will serve the nation. But my intention of preparing for civil service is Indian society particular. So
Okay.
serving the Indian society can happen only by working in India.
Okay.
This is one particular format which you can make from your history, from your background.
Okay. But they will say anyway you are serving the nation only, working in national interest. Diaspora is also important.
Obviously, sir, given
So
opportunity, I'm going to worry. But in the first instance, I want to serve in the nation. If I'm being an IAS also, I can get an opportunity to work in foreign countries. I'm ready to do that.
yes, and okay, sir, I got the answer for this question. Next question is electronics and telecommunication utility. How it will help in civil services?
Obviously, for example, you will take the example of one person is there. I don't remember. Just you, I will tell you. In Kerala, one IAS officer, he created a Facebook page. You take this example. He created a Facebook page whereby wherever the food is left, they will communicate in the Facebook page. And this person created a
Okay.
10-member group, Cozy Code, 10-member group who are self-empowered. So these 10 people will go to that particular place and they will collect the food. In that way, the food is collected and being sent to orphan houses.
So that 10-member team is
Self-employed
uh,
local people who want to serve the people, like NGOs, not NGOs, but who are self-employed, who want to do some service. So they associate with the district collector, and
okay, okay.
if, for example, if my food is there in my home, I will just put a message in that page. They will immediately come and collect the food. So this food used to go. So how he did it? By using the technology.
Yes. So he was more familiar with the technology, so it was easier for him to do that.
Yes.
Yes, sir. And the question of how to deal with unemployment in rural areas.
See, anyhow, answer, skill development. One is skill
Yes,
development. Biggest problem is skill development. Number two, making the farming lucrative by increasing the income. Number one. Number two, diversifying the agri fields of business, not only agriculture, but multiple jobs within the rural areas. Why
like
unemployment?
agro-processing industries.
Yes, like food processing industries or agro processing industries. Biggest problem in rural areas is they concentrate only on agriculture. They will not diversify
Yes,
the income. So there is a need for
yes,
diversification of income.
yes, sir. And about reducing the NPA.
Reducing the NPA, already we have SURFACE, then we have insolvency and bankruptcy code. Now we have bad bank
Okay.
concept. These all are sufficient, but however, the biggest problem is at the level of giving the advances. So there is a need for
Yes,
better scrutiny, and the CIBIL we are taking as a sole criteria, but CIBIL is not a sole criteria. Why? Because I didn't take any loan. So obviously my CIBIL will be 800. On CIBIL you are giving me the loan, but you are not analyzing
yes,
whether I will be paying back, or you will not analyzing my financial record. You are giving loan just based upon CIBIL. This is a very big practical problem now which banking sector is facing.
yes,
See, I didn't took any loan, so obviously my CIBIL will be high.
yes,
I don't have credit card, then my CIBIL will be high. So one default also will not be there. Then my CIBIL will be there. But what is my intention? So if I get a loan, obviously I want to be a defaulter. Then what? Then CIBIL will come down. But for the first time, I am becoming NPA or not. So depending totally on the CIBIL should be reduced.
okay.
Any
Then
bank will take the CIBIL score as a standard.
yes, currently that procedure is followed. Then what else criteria then CIBIL should be considered, sir?
CIBIL, mainly the documentation work is not fulfilled. The documentation work should be
Okay.
fulfilled. Means other than
And
SARFAESI, other than bad banks, other than asset reconstruction company, other than insolvency and bankruptcy code, these are other points.
what viewpoint we can put on these online apps giving credit?
Online apps giving credit is a good question actually. Uh, it's a fraud type of thing. What is your answer on this?
Okay.
Online apps giving credit.
I thought they, in a way, increase the accessibility to the credit.
That is a good
It
thing.
can be, yes, it can work for the vulnerable sections also, but
I will tell you.
strict
Online,
regulations.
I will tell you answer. Online app for credit is initially it is very lucrative, but it is predatory
Yes,
pricing. There is a concept called as predatory pricing. Predatory pricing means what?
yes,
They will offer at 10% interest rate in the beginning. He will attract.
yes,
He will not look into the documentation. He will not look into the points which are there. Then what happened? Eventually, month by month, the interest rate will increase, which is called as a predators.
Yes.
Within 1 year, the interest rate will go up to 24%.
Yes.
So, in that 24%, this by the time this online bank people, app people will earn money.
Yes.
So that is a very big problem. There is a predatory pricing in these particular online apps.
Yes. And physical,
The,
the
uh, the
physical
interest
con.
the interest rate start with 10%, goes up to 24%.
Yes. And counter argument can be given that online apps do not, in a way, hinder the process of financial literacy because there is information asymmetry.
Yes.
So the physical banking improves financial literacy. That is the
Yes.
best option. Yes, sir.
Predatory pricing is one concept which is there now.
Yes,
Initially,
sir.
they will start with very low interest rate, then they will be increasing it.
Yes, sir. And sir, one more question. Following ethical principles and meeting administrative goals in challenging situations.
Okay.
How to do it? I mean, when there is conflict of interest,
Okay.
what standard operating procedure an administrator should have?
First instance, when such issue comes upon, I will withdraw.
Withdraw.
Like public interest versus private interest.
Yes.
Like if there is a chance that my involvement should be there, there is a chance that I might be biased because of some family involved in that.
Yes.
Then, as an immediate step, I will try to withdraw from that by explaining to the superior authorities.
Yes.
Why? Because any attempt from my side in the process of taking decision will lead to benefit of doubt.
Yes.
So I don't want that benefit of doubt also. So immediately I will be quitting from that particular event.
Yes.
If it is unavoidable, if I should be part of it, then obviously I will follow the guidelines given by the superior authority.
Yes. And sir, hijab ban. Should there be a complete hijab ban for the sake of security? And what will be its discourse on minority rights and religious freedom?
Then directly go to the France. In France, there is a nice airport was attacked. Nice airport was been attacked. There are several instances where terrorist attack was not known to that France, but it became a norm now only because they kept strict, rigid constraints on religious beliefs. So
Yes.
you are welcoming a terrorist, or you are aggravating the fundamentalism. You are nowhere from bringing a new thing which is absent in our society. So taking into this consideration, strict adoption of banning such activities is not allowed, but however, in phased manner, by proper deliberation, we can move on in a phased manner.
And can this argument be given that this practice is not essential practice of that religion? Can we say that?
Essential practice of religion is also comes under it.
Yes, sir. And sir,
You can take France
the
example.
yes, imposition of Hindi as a national language and what can be the challenges and
Direct
controversies?
answer. No. Direct answer. Why? Because that is acceptable answer. No is an acceptable answer.
Yes,
Why? Because
and sir,
India is known for diversity.
yes, and in last interview I gave this answer. Then they gave me an option that what if we make it as one your language plus one Hindi?
Your language plus Hindi, but however, for example, South Indian people are so much accustomed to English language. Your language, my language plus English language.
So three language formula.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Global diaspora and Khalistan movement. How to deal with it? By uh, being in India, how can we sensitize the diaspora to not to join the Khalistan movement?
Obviously, it is through, if we can take the example of Canada, whereby the political masters of Canada are not supportive to India. So first we have to take those people into consideration. We have to get the confidence from those people. So further, we need to have a very good diplomatic relations with Canada. The first step. Second step, we have to go inside the Canada and we have to empower the diaspora community, what India is giving to that particular community. Promotion need to be happened. The schemes which are being provided to that particular community need to be explained so that they will come to know, they will understand what the India is providing to that community. Number two. Number three, in India itself, we have to create an environment for as if safe environment, regional development, absence of discrimination, unbiased nature. This all should be provided. So three ways. One is diplomatic relations, relations with diaspora, and in domestic also.
Yes, and no appeasement should be done for these separatist demands.
No, never.
We should have strict.
Because it is violation of constitution. It is a part of preamble, unity and integrity.
Yes, sir. So your personal connection with your native place and how, I mean, your perspective and aspiration toward contributing to its development. So I belong to a religious place. It is a pilgrim place. So, and also an agricultural dominated area. So should I focus on these two things only, or should I give alternate ideas that I want these things to happen?
You have to create alternatives.
Okay.
You have to, when you create alternatives, the livelihood opportunities will increase. If not, you are doing the same thing which has been repeatedly done for years. Then what change you are
Yes.
going to bring? If you want to change, change itself is different thing. No, change itself is variety.
Yes. So work for diversifying.
What type of variety you will be bringing? Skill development, sir. I will create
Yes.
skill development centers. I will be focused on information communication technology. I will be focusing upon communications like call center communication, like English language, spoken English.
Yes. Sir. And many a times, sir, I am asked the question of what government has done with BSNL. I have tried to search it many times on Google. Every article is giving different things. So actually, what happened with BSNL?
What you know, you tell me.
First was slow decision making due to
Bureaucrat.
bureaucracy, red tapeism.
Number
Yes,
first thing is they are not on par with market. Same thing what happened to the Nokia has been happened to BSNL in India.
yes,
Because they are not with the time, they are not dynamic, they are bureaucratic in nature. The decision making was having policy paralysis, slowly, step by step. They could not compete with the private players.
yes. And the follow-up question in the actual interview was, if this is the reality of BSNL, then why, when Vodafone and Idea were not able to pay their AGR dues, government took a stake in it. So one more company is going to drown now.
Yes.
So I was not able to justify why government took the stake in Vodafone Idea.
Because tax, there are lot of tax is pending. Arrears were been there with Vodafone. So when they are unable to pay because it is a loss-making company, then the government of India thought that we will take some stake and we will try to renovate it, rejuvenate it, but it didn't happen.
So in this case, can we say that by when the government takes stake in this company, the sentiment or the confidence of investors increase and they try to invest in these
Yes,
companies?
yes. So that is the reason the money will flow. With that money, they want to renovate or rejuvenate the company.
Yes,
LIC privatization.
yes.
Tell me.
LIC privatization. Should it happen?
No, I'm asking you. Tell me your opinion on LIC privatization.
Uh, I've not read in detail, but I can say that it was not a loss making company. So
It's not
and
necessary.
many of the
Number one. Number one is not
uh,
a loss-making company, so it's not necessary. Like Indian Railways.
yes,
Number two,
yes. Number two, many of the
masses are
government
into it.
schemes,
Number two, masses are into it.
masses are into
Masses
it,
are
and
into it, and masses are believing this because it's a public sector undertaking.
yes, and easier to implement schemes of government schemes.
Government scheme.
It
But
will
before, when there is a need for insurance penetration, there is a need for confidence, and that confidence can be given only by the public sector.
yes,
If the target is insurance penetration, then the company should be public sector.
yes. So like class banking to mass banking, we can say class insurance to mass insurance.
Yes.
Yes. And so one particular question about have you witnessed corruption in real life, and how did you feel? What difference will you make? The entire system is corrupted. Your single initiative cannot do anything. So they try to grill on this
Then obviously two things. Sir, I will not take corruption. Number two, if corruption is there in my department, then I am going to be the whistleblower.
whistleblower.
क्योंकि खून करना ही नहीं गलत है, खून करते आदमी को देखना भी गलत है.
Yes, keeping quiet is also being part of the crime.